Hello, hello, it's Nienke here from Nienks.com, and I'm going to share with you this kit that's in the online store. As of this filming, it is still available. You can go and check that out on the website if you would like to purchase this kit, but I'm going to make just show you what you can make with it, and then I may be back with some alternatives. Okay, so you get a stamp set. I've been using this already. It's a very cute one, very much orientated towards Father's Day. And so you have Happy to You, Father's Day, birthday, anniversary, thank you. You have two fonts for dad, nephew, son, for all you do, I love you, grandson, brother, uncle, grandpa, and friend. So you can actually do, you can put all of this together. I really like this sentiment for a lot of things. Okay, then you have your instructions. We'll be following that for our first two cards. You just see what you can do. We get a mossy meadow spot. We have our very nifty little spot organizer now that we got in a couple of paper pumpkins ago that we're going to use for that. I'm still sort of thinking about how to organize that exactly, but we will get there. I do know that I love using that organizer. I have an open side because I took the instructions out already, so let's just grab all of this out. So you get your kits come exactly as your paper pumpkins, but the exception is that you get a block with every kit, where with paper pumpkin you only get your block in the first kit. And then after that you need to save that block, but if you purchase a kit you will get your block already. It's a nice way to increase your supply of blocks if you just use the kits. It's a nice block, it's thinner, it's not like the the other blocks Stampin' Up sell. They're a little bit thinner. The other ones are thicker and they have a nice groove to hold, but this block works very well. I've used one of those for a long time before I ordered the thicker blocks. You get your dimensionals in your kit. You also get envelopes. I like it when they are printed on the inside, because then I can use this as DSP and just substitute with white envelopes. Ooh, this is nice. I like the wood grain on that one. Definitely going to do something different with that. So what's that? 4 and 4. So you make this kit, if you do it just as is, makes 8 cards of 2 different designs. So here's some design elements there. Here, oh, this is a nice shiny banner, so we will pop that out. There's sentiments. Here is card front. Okay, we can use that as is or cut it and do something different. Let's see. Okay, card basis, this has a little bit of a color to it, not much. So there should be 4 of those, and then 4. Oh, they're all the same. Okay. So the card bases are all the same. There is the tree outline, and then this other element, and also glue dots. I like the glue dots. Usually when I do the kit, I substitute my own glue, but I like using this for embellishments or things that doesn't have adhesive back, and you can use these glue dots to make them put adhesive on them, like sequins or something. Okay, so there is that. Let's see, we're going to do one of each as they recommend. There is all the instructions, don't have any words on it, so you can, no matter what language you speak, it is pretty straightforward. The first page shows you what you will need for each card, so let's get that ready. I'm going to substitute the small little spot for my bigger ink pad, if I can find it. There we go. So we're going to use Mossy Meadow, and I might use just one of my blocks because they're right at hand. So for the first one, we're going to need this. I'm just going to get all of this ready for both of them, and then we'll put it together. So we will need one, the white one with the silver foiling for this one, and then I'm guessing it's crumb cake, maybe. Crumb cake one with the silver banner with the silver foiling for the other one. We will need one of these. Come on. I just carefully pop this out for that one, and then this is for this one. I'm not going to use envelopes right now. Card base. I should have taken this before I put them back. Card base for each. And one, come on, one of these. Ooh, that is very delicate up there. Be careful when you just pull down. And the last one, the shield is for here. Okay. This away so I have some more space to work. Let's start with this one. So this, like you see, it shows you what you'll need. Those little round dots is the glue dots, and those are the dimensionals, and then it also shows you which stamps, words or stamps you would need for each of the cards. Okay, starting with the first one, we're going to add some glue dots. This is what the instruction says up there. Let's fold and burnish our card base. Sometimes I add my matting layer before I fold and burnish my cards. But yeah, it's probably best to first, especially if to first fold and burnish, especially if you have embossed card front. Okay, there we go. They say to use the glue dots. For the front, I would usually just use liquid glue, but for the sake of this card, let's just use some glue dots. Okay, so it's very, I use my take your pick tool. You don't need to have a take your pick tool. I just feel that it's way easier for me to add the glue dots with it and remove the backings with the sharp edge. I use the sharp edge and the putty tip all the time. Okay, so they want the wood grain at the top and the, let's get this sort of straight. There we go. There is that. Then we are going to stamp. So now here you only have one block, so you would take it off. I have multiple blocks, so that's what I'm going to use. So we need the thank you for all you do. Sometimes I change the words depending on what I want to do, but that's good. We're going to go with that one. Thank you for all you do. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to align this. I put it on my grid paper like so. I have a smaller block, and then align my block to my grid paper, and then I know that that is straight, and we will do some practice stamping before. There we go. This is still a nice and sticky stamp. It sticks to the paper nicely. Have that straight. There we go. And the last one. Oops, and to my finger. Align it there. Let's just use a bigger one. Sometimes feel like a little bit bigger block gives me more control. There we go. There is the 3. You could also line them up, like have all 3 and put them all together on one block. I'm pretty sure they would all fit, and then you don't have to stamp 3 times. You can just stamp once. That is a tip there too. Although I think the banner, we're going to stamp the thank you separately on the banner. So, okay, where is my pierce mat? I have a piece. I still have some of this left. The small grid paper that's sold out and no longer available. we'll see what I do when that is gone. But mine's been lasting for a while. Okay, Mossy Meadow ink. We're going to grab the banner, align it there, and stamp thank you on it. I think I re-inked. Did I re-ink my Mossy Meadow? I'm just going to grab a dirty piece here and just see if this is straight on my block. Yes, excellent. Going to do thank you right here. Oh, this is nice. I like it if my block aligns, my block's been, you know, aligned straight with those two edges, so I can just center it right in the middle. And then, like always, just give the ink. This paper is not, the paper in the kit is not your basic white paper. It needs some extra time to soak in the ink, so just give it an extra couple of seconds to, I feel like there's a little bit, what am I trying to say? There's a little bit more, there's more resistance to the ink on the kit and the Paper Pumpkin paper than there is to the stock paper that we buy in bulk, not in bulk, in packages from Stamp, like your true colors. Okay, what's next? Going to stamp on this. Like this one especially will be more resistant to the ink, so you have to have a lot of ink on your block, and you have to give it an extra couple of minutes to dry. Not dry, soak up. Okay, this one goes to the top, and again I'm just going to stamp it on my little piece of scrap paper to make sure that it doesn't pool and it gives me a nice clear crisp image, and it does. Then I go to my project. Okay, this, I've lined this up with this little stripe right there, and now I can line up this image straight with that too, like so, and then line up the edges of my block with the edges of the die cut piece. And now I'm just going to hold that there for a couple of seconds. There we go. See how I said this resists a little bit more than that, but that's just an element, so I am happy with that. Now let's do the same with these words. Ink them up nicely. Let's see if I have them straight on here. Excellent. Okay, I'll have to try and get some more ink on this one. Now again, if you have a Stamparatus, you can definitely use that. I'm pretty confident this is fine. Although I will ink up again because I'm now taking a little bit of time to figure out where I want to place this. And it's going to go right there and hopefully be straight. I'm using my grid paper and the sides of my die cut image to make sure of my placement, and then give it a minute. These are words, we want them to be clear, and they're not that dark, but it's fine, they're nice and clear, you can read them. Like I said, if you want to now, if you use your Stamparatus, you could go again and re-ink. With your photopolymer, you probably would be able to even stamp it again. I'm not going to, I'm happy with that. Now going to fold this. How do we, there is some score lines right there, so I'm guessing you fold that in. There's two score lines. Okay, this one goes this way, so fold back on the first score line, back on the first one, and then forward on the second one, forward on the second one. Let's see, there we go, that is it. So it gives it that little bit of dimension. I like that. I'm going to give it a little bit of a burnish, not too much, because you still want it to pop up, but you also want it to be like stand in that stay in that position. Okay, now we are, so they're saying to use dimensionals on this and dimensionals on, oh, that should be fine because we're not doubling dimensionals. There'll be dimensionals there and there, so this will be fine. I don't like putting double dimensionals because I feel like it makes the card thicker, and the post office these days is a bit, you know. So I just want a single layer of dimensionals. So add dimensionals on there and right in the middle. Going to worry about any liquid glue or anything. I can remove this. We're done with the stamping for now. So I'm going to align this. Whoops. It's sticking down before I'm ready for it. Come on. Hold on. Get that straight. What does that look like? This one looks a bit, doesn't really matter. It doesn't need to be straight, these little banner edges. So there is that. So if it goes through the machine, it will all still be on one level. Now we're adding this right to the front, and that is it. We are done with the first one. Isn't that quick and easy? And it looks beautiful. So thank you. This can be for Father's Day. This could be for just a general masculine thank you. I like that. Okay, you can also do a happy birthday here, if you, or an anniversary or whatever. Okay, so now let's do the next one. Where did I put all my things? Here is the next one. Fold and burnish our card base. Like so. And now we have all of these fun elements to layer. So let's see. We have this that could look like sort of a lake. Come on, these little, if you don't like these little tabs where they're still adhered, you can just go and trim those off. I don't mind them. I know a lot of people don't like them. They want it to be totally straight. I don't mind those little tabs. If there's one that's really poking out or in a spot that I don't like, I'd maybe go and trim it, but generally I just leave it. There we go. So we're going to start with this one, and I'm going to use some glue dots again. Where is my glue dots? Like I said, usually I would just substitute for liquid glue. Let's follow, while we're doing this according to instructions, let's use the glue dots. So you don't need a lot of glue to keep these things in place. It's really only a little you need. There we go. So start with the biggest one first, and I think it's going to go, is it going right at the bottom? I think so. So flush to the bottom and the side, and then this one, yeah. So let's add some glue dots on here. I'm going to put my glue dots a little bit more to the middle because we already have, there's not any dimension really to the glue dots, but that's just me not wanting to put everything in one spot. Again, you can take your pick tool or just flick these little backings off with your nail. Okay, again, we're going to add a line with the bottom and the sides, like so. Ooh, this is nice. I like how it is giving dimension. Now we're going to do this, the lake part. Again, add some glue dots right here. I know I'm putting them way more to the inside, which is just fine. And flick them off, flick off the backing. And again, aligning. This bottom is going to be seriously thick. So that is sort of the lake there. And then we have this tree line. I'm going to have this tree line right at the, I'm going to add my glue dots right there in the middle. Now the instructions say to do it on the corners. You stick them wherever you want. It doesn't matter. It's paper. Okay, wow, this is seriously a thick base we have here. Okay, there we go. So that is the scene that we're building. That's it's different. It's interesting. I like it. Okay, now they're saying to do happy anniversary to you. I'm not going to do happy anniversary. We could do happy birthday to you or happy Father's Day to you. Seeing as we have Father's Day around the corner, let's do Father's Day, I think. Okay, so we're going to do happy Father's Day. Where's my stamps? Okay, I want to clean that because I don't think I did. I was wondering if I'm going to use them again. Okay, thank you. And for all you do. So let's put all of them back. So for all you do, and you're going to grab Father's Day. And put this one back and grab the happy and the to you. When you first take them off, they're so stuck to the backing. Okay, again, I'm going to line that up there and then line this up here. Looks straight. Close that. We don't need that. To you. Line that up there. Oh, come on, stick to the paper, not my finger. There we go, and then I line up my block and then take off the thank you and add the Father's Day. This one seems like it wants to be a little bendy to this side. I wonder if I want a bigger block. Let's use this longer one. I like to see, I like to have space at the sides of my words to see that I can line them up. Sometimes the side of the block interferes with my spacing. Centering, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this before I fold again, and we're going to say happy Father's Day. Grab my ink. I have a little fluffy, I think. Is it, or is it a... Oh, it's a scratch on my block. Wonder how that happened. Bring in this one and just see that I'm straight here. There we go, perfect. Ink this up. Now again, this is on that, there's already ink on the paper from the color. So it might not absorb the ink as well as you like. If you want to use your stamparatus to get a very crisp stamped image, do that. I like it crisp, but still it is handmade, so I don't mind. So I'm just going to give it an extra couple of seconds to soak in because of that resistance on the surface of the paper. Okay, let's see. There we go. Nice, I like it. Now we can do our happy and to you. Like on this, which is the front, I might cut off those little tabs because it's right on your you know, sentiment right in front. It's the focal point, and these ones are actually sticking out quite a bit, so I'm just shaving off that small little tab. There we go. Line this one up right there. Happy, happy, happy. Here we go. There's happy. Now I've never stamped with these before. That's why I keep on grabbing this paper and just checking that it's straight on the block and it's actually stamping well. It is. I want to pick up some. I like to use the corner of my blocks, ink pad for the words, because I feel the corners or the edges of the ink pad has got more ink on it, so usually it stamps darker, especially if you use your ink pads a lot. Let's give this is white, so it should absorb quicker. There we go. And the to you. Grab my, there you go. That is good. Pick up ink from the edge of my ink pad and stamp this one right here. Give it just a couple of seconds. Here we go. Close that. Okay, now we're going to fold this again. Fold back on the first score line. And then we're going to fold forward on, did I say this? Fold back on the first, forwards on the second one. It's sort of only scored right in the middle. There we go. See how that looks. It's good. Burnish that side a little bit, burnish this side a little bit. And we're going to do the same thing as we did with the first one. Add dimensionals in the middle. And one here. I don't know why there's two at this side and one, and then we can actually only do that because there's 1 and 2. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're going with 2 now. Okay. So we also want to, you could actually do this off to the side. They have theirs right in the middle. You do where you put it wherever you want. Right in the middle or off to the side. Happy Father's Day to you. Here we go. Oh, that's so cute. I like it. It's a nice, there's no embellishments in this kit, so no bling. I don't think that it needs it. I'm tempted to put it here. Like, I don't know why. They have theirs right in the middle. I want to put mine there for some other reason. Well, it would be nice if it was straight a little bit. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm probably going to put mine off to the side, but because we are following instructions here, let's just put it in the middle. Follow instructions. That's what we're doing right now. Okay, there is it. You could add some embellishments if you want, maybe some clear dots or some twine. That could be nice too. But this is the kit that I wanted to share with you. It's the For the Guys kit, and you can check the online store and see if that is still available. It's a nice masculine kit. So I will just see you in the next one. Bye bye. So I will either make some alternatives of this and add them here, or make another video, and I'll just see you in the next one. Bye bye.